What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Night City Wire Cyberpunk 2077 event for the Summer Game Fest. I'm here, Vinny Champa, my boy Mike Goss and chat. We are the VIP Gaming Podcast crew. You can go to VIPGamingPodcast.com to check us out. We do a weekly gaming podcast every single week. We also stream live on twitch.tv/Devinster. And today we are going to see what Cyberpunk 2077 is all about. So let's get going with this. Let's go. Oh, I loved your intro, Michael. Oh, here we go. I'm ready, dude.
Hello and welcome to this, the very first episode of Night City Wire, a brand new series from us at CD Projekt Red.
It's a series.
We'll be talking about all things Cyberpunk 2077. For today's episode, we'll be starting with a brand new trailer. One
We
of
do
our
like
developers
trailers.
will be joining us to help unpack everything you're going to see.
Okay.
We'll have some news, an announcement about a secret collaboration. We'll be taking a look at some brain dance gameplay and welcoming back our developers just to have a chat about everything you're going to see. But there is one more thing. Media all over the world have been getting hands-on with Cyberpunk 2077, and when this episode finishes, you'll be able to go and check out exactly what they thought. So, let's get started.
Let's
It
get
is time
started.
to take a look at our brand new trailer, and after that, our lead quest designer Pavel Sasko will be joining us, because I've got a feeling you're going to have a few questions after watching this. So,
I don't know, will we? We're going to see John Wick again?
Love this town.
In-game footage, it says.
Ready to get your cherry popped? Yeah, come on.
City like any other, just bigger.
Nah,
The
mama,
car does
like
look sick.
any other city.
Oh, they're beating the shit out of that guy. Your legend
The
begins.
major leagues. We're only here
Oh,
to stay,
boy.
just pulling the
Oh,
strings.
gee.
Doubt that puts us in the same league as them.
But we are.
This
You just don't know
November.
it yet. But if you got the cojones and you know how to use them, you can do damn near anything.
Unless you catch a bullet.
Even then, you
This
go
looks
out
pretty
with a
awesome.
bang, right?
You know, you can make heaps more eddies as a motivational speaker.
Yo, Mr. V, a pleasure.
So what's the gig, Dex? You meant to come out in one piece? How about we go over the
This
plan?
fucking guy.
There's this prototype tech, a biochip to be precise. Job's to grab it.
Guessing it belongs to a corp.
Arasaka.
We're robbing some heavy hitters.
Thought you could blackmail me, fucker?
High risk, high reward. First rule of the
Was that
afterlife.
vomit or piss? What was that?
Goes without saying, we do this on the hush. Ideally,
On the hush hush.
no bodies, not a one.
Zero bodies,
Sounds
dude.
simple enough.
He's lit, asshole.
Oh, I don't think they took her plan to heart.
Don't you worry, mi amor. We're bulletproof. Get your ass moving now!
What the fuck just happened in there?
Can't stop digging
Oof.
Night City.
Fucking major leagues. Happy now, Jackie?
Yep, that's fucking high. Time to bail!
Oh my god, we're so fucked.
It did look pretty awesome.
Dex, what the fuck?
Uh-oh.
Can't risk it, V.
And you, who are you? Fuck.
There he is.
So the trailer
We saw him.
contains footage from the game's prologue only, but there was an awful lot in it. So Pavel, why don't you try and help us unpack everything that we just saw?
Oh yeah, I mean absolutely. I
Unpack
can.
it.
So, would you have?
Yeah, it looked
that
pretty good.
It's only the prologue of the game, so that awesome stuff is only happening in the first few quests. What the trailer shows you is really our stage, the Night City. You know, this gigantic city built of 6 completely unique districts, surrounded by the 7th one that we call the Badlands. As a player, you are
Badlands.
meeting Jackie. Jackie's your friend. Now, they together are trying to reach out for something that is very precious. They are trying to reach out for this chip of immortality, this gateway to eternal life.
We do like
Jackie
chips of
introduces me
immortality.
to Fixer Dexter Deshawn. He's a very important person in the social ladder of Cyberpunk. He is able to provide the player with various jobs and contracts to be able to gather money, to be able to modify their bodies, push themselves to the limits, to put their hands on.
The car
the
looked
chip.
that
But,
car looks awesome.
As you can expect, not everything goes as planned, and but to see it, you will have to play the game.
There are an awful lot of really cool things in this trailer, and there's a few that I would just love to talk about a little bit more for the people at home. So let's start with talking about a gang called the Mox. Now, we see a few flashes of them in this trailer. I personally think they're really cool and one of my favorites, but can you give us a little bit more information about them?
Oh yes, so the Mox is one of the gangs that player is going to interact with throughout the game. The Mox
I really like the dialogue options. I'm always a big fan of that.
After death of Elizabeth Borden, she was called Lizzie. Now, she was an owner.
Big fan of the dialogue
and
options where you get to pick what you want to say.
She was protecting working guys and girls from harassment, from abuse, and the gang is really continuing her mission. And as a player, you are going to interact with that gang, meet multiple different NPCs, and craft your own relationship with them, and understand what they are all about.
So earlier on, you did mention a 7th district, a place called the Badlands. Now, we saw a few shots of this in the trailer, but I'd love for you to give us a bit more detail about the district outside of the city walls.
Okay, so the Badlands is this like dead, dried out
The Badlands.
going around the whole Night City. And as a player, you
So it's like a deserted area.
Space in your car or motorcycle. This is a space that is inhabited by the nomads. Nomads are living in different families, and they are traveling across that space in convoys made out of the cars and motorcycles.
Now, the more I'm seeing this, the more I'm getting excited.
You'll be able to traverse and access different type of open world content that has been prepared specifically for you to that, that awesome feel of the Badlands as an area.
Because, like, I've always been...
Trailer, we also saw, like, a completely metal creature. Now, he didn't look like he was from the Maelstrom gang. This looked like something else. So, please tell the people at home, who is this giant metal monster?
Okay, so that big dude, that was Adam Smasher. He had
Adam Smasher.
In pen and paper in Cyberpunk 2020 by our senpai Mike Pondsmith. Adam Smasher is a fully...
I've always been interested in this game, and I was like, it looks cool, but I haven't gotten to the point of being like, I need to pre-order this, which is weird, because I know so many people are so pumped for this game. Like, I'm very excited, don't get me wrong, but...
In this trailer, we do see some flashes of a Ripper doc called Victor Vector. I think if people have watched our previous gameplays, they might remember him. But I'd really like for you to give the people at home some more information about what Ripper docs are and how they'll be interacting with them when they play Cyberpunk.
So Ripper docs in our game, they are surgeons. They are like a specific type of a job in the social ladder of Cyberpunk. They are accustomed and specialized in replacing limbs to the metal ones. They can basically
I do like this. This is cool.
Enhance your body, change you into this walking war machine. And as a player, you
do all these body modifications to make your abilities cooler.
Your own relationship with them. Some of them are like important characters for a story. Through that, you will invest eddies that you're gathering to turn your body into this tool that allows you to survive on the streets of Night City.
Pavel, thank you so much for joining us. I know you'll be back later in the episode because you're going to be helping us to analyze the Braindance gameplay. But before that, we do have some news to share.
News.
We announced that if you pick up Cyberpunk 2077 on Xbox One, you'll be able to play it on Xbox Series X when the console launches. And just in case you missed it, it will be the same for PlayStation players as well. If you pick up Cyberpunk 2077 on PlayStation 4, you'll also be able to play it on PlayStation 5 when the console launches. And that's not all. There will be a free upgrade for Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, but we'll have more details on that soon.
Tonight City.
There you go.
Before we reveal our first look at the Braindance gameplay and welcome back our developers for a chat, there is just one more thing we want to announce.
More thing.
Something that we've been working on in secret for a while.
Oh no,
secret. We are very excited to announce our partnership with Studio Trigger and to bring you Cyberpunk Edgerunners, a standalone anime set in the Cyberpunk universe, which we've been working on for some time now. Edgerunners is due to launch in 2022, but for some more information, let's go to the team in Tokyo.
That's a ways away. I was like, ooh, and then anime. Aww.
Hi, my name is Saya Elder. I am the Japan-based producer for Cyberpunk Edgerunners. What I do basically on this project,
depending on if I like this game, I might give it a shot though.
Fixer, to put it in the words of the Cyberpunk
because it could be cool.
We are a game.
I could see this being cool.
We are a bunch of nerds, and wherever there are nerds, there's going to be anime fans. so it was always a dream for us to make anime. When we began this
Is that how you're
project,
supposed to say it?
we
Anime?
were certain that we didn't want
I always said
to
anime.
a
Is it
recreation
supposed to
of
be
the game.
anime?
Cyberpunk Edge Runners is
Did I just not know
standalone
this?
story set in the same
I feel like an
universe.
idiot.
The stage is still Night City,
Anime.
but everything else is totally new. New characters, new story. I do like to think that it's going to be a great gateway for newcomers to come and check
Got the music
Cyberpunk
bumping in the
game and
background.
also the Cyberpunk genre as a whole. Right now we're in Nakano, which is one of the biggest anime meccas of the world. I'm gonna take
The more
you
she
to
says it,
Studio
the more I
Trigger
feel
right
like a
now
moron.
Because we have the wonderful opportunity to talk to the dream team that will be bringing you this anime.
こんにちは。トリガーの代表取締役の大塚です。
監督の今
Hello,
石井です
Atsuka.
キャラクターデザインを担当する吉成です。
ゲー
Yoshinari.
ムのサイバーパンクのファンの方。
You're my idiot. Thanks, Michael. Thanks,
情報
man.
に満足していただき
Did you know you're supposed to say anime? Did you know this?
今回はそのサイバーパンクという
Were you aware of this?
10代の、一ファンにしか過ぎなかった頃に生まれた
That's news to me, dude.
そういうジャンルのものをまた、時代が何周も
That's
して
news to me.
作れるというのが非常に楽しみです。
トリガーも10年ということで、監督に今石、キャラクターデザインに吉成という、トリガーの最強の夫人で。
You know, I've still wanted to watch the Castlevania anime that's on Netflix. I heard it was really
お
good.
楽しみに。
I still haven't gotten around to doing it though. I think there's 2 seasons of it now, too. Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
it's time
I
to show
think
you
so
some
too.
gameplay of Braindance.
It just
This
feels
will
more
feature
natural,
your
too.
Experience when you play Cyberpunk 2077.
Okay.
Braindance is essentially a recording of somebody else's
Braindance.
experience. It
Oh.
allows you to relive their sense of sight, smell, touch, and even hearing, all thanks to a special device.
That's pretty
After
neat.
the gameplay, I will be welcoming back Pavel Sasko, and we'll also be joined by Patrick Mills, our senior quest designer and all-round lore master, who will be helping to answer your questions and give you some explanation on how you'll be interacting with Braindance when you play Cyberpunk 2077.
Braindance
So,
sounds cool.
let's take a look.
I'm ready. Let's take a look.
Do nothing odd. Don't get creative. You go in, snatch the cash, get out, and we sell the BD to those psycho freaks from the studio.
Got it.
That's it. That's all you gotta do.
Everything on full blast. They'll spot us extra for a wicked adrenaline high. Okay, on you go.
Yeah, sure. I kind of like this, how you can go into like other people's memories and experiences to have to do what they did.
Money now, or I will fucking drop you. I swear to God. Well, yeah, hey, now, before I blow your fucking head off.
I like how the Rubik's Cube moved there. That was cool. Oh, did he get shot? Did he die? Yeah, he must have.
Slow, deep breaths. Your cortisol and adrenaline spiked, but the soft activated your hormone blockers. Nothing happened.
She looks cool.
You're alive and well.
That was too much. Could feel the guy's pain, his stress, his hope. Hope wrapped up in something else.
Mm-hmm. Probably took a booster just before. You'll be fine. Got everything set up? Let's switch over to editing mode.
Alright, yeah, I'm getting more excited for this game now. More and more excited.
I'll sever the link to the BD Roller's sensory array. You'll be able to look around freely. Whole scene's yours. Full cam control analysis mode, so move around, zoom in and out, whatever else you come up with. Think of it as your own little sandbox. So analysis mode, you control playback. Can even pause when you feel the need. Then you use the editor console to unpause. Try it.
Plan simple. Do nothing odd. Don't get creative. You go in, snatch the cash, get out, and we sell the BD to those psycho.
Yeah, this looks pretty sick.
Got it.
Dream as hell, right? Well, that's not all. You can speed.
You beat SpongeBob already?
Give it a
Nice.
shot. Rewind. Roll it back to the top.
You gotta start making a list like I do of games you beat in a year.
All good, neat. Now try fast forwarding a bit.
Plan simple. Do nothing odd. Don't get creative. You go in, snatch the cash, get out,
can also reset the recording. That'll take you right back to the beginning. Try it. Now for some fun. This here's why you came in the first place. In analysis mode, you get to view and even scan details of the enviro recorded by the BD roller.
Okay.
Focus on the heat. The gun this gonk gets from his buddy at the beginning. Now scan it.
Okay, so you're gonna scan the gun.
Do nothing odd. Don't get creative. You go in, snatch the cash, get out. And we sell the BD to those psycho freaks. And remember,
So give him the gun. Scan it.
Right here.
Okay.
Excellent. Let's move on.
Wait, what was the point of scanning it, though?
Analysis mode, you can ferret out background noise and conversations if the roller got close enough. This tech records everything, every little detail, even the sights and sounds the roller was never aware of. To see the
Is the roller the guy?
sensory signals, switch to the audio layer in the editor. Go ahead and try that now. Okay, good. Now you should see several sound signatures in the store.
Okay.
Choose one and hone in on it.
Interesting.
Pack of 6, case of Brosif, and a couple of zappers.
Okay, we have a deal today on 2.
Oh, he's going in.
Cuddy and everybody!
So, any thoughts?
Unbelievable. Seriously, like what's happening right next to me.
Yeah, it's how BD recording implants work. They pick up everything, all the elements in the background. Then an editor tweaks them, makes them pop. Keep playing with the sound, explore it a bit. We'll move on when you get bored.
That does seem pretty interesting.
What I see you kissing the flooring! Money!
Sometimes you can analyze extra layers in the raw, stuff the roller's cyberware picked up.
Like what?
Ev's got Karoshi optics that grab infrared, meaning you should be able to grab heat signatures from her recording.
There just seems so much here.
Scanning.
I feel like I'm gonna get confused.
Walk up to the wounded chick. Try scanning her. Alright, next thing. Scroll forward to the part where our artist gets a lead injection.
Or I will fucking drop you, I swear to God! Well, now, fucking head off!
Do you end up shooting him?
See that?
Yep.
They shot him and he never saw it coming. But you will. Here it comes. My favorite part of the game. See the blinking thing over the entrance? Surveillance cam. Must have caught
Hack
it.
into it.
You'll see in a sec. Cam feeds to the screen behind the clerk. Roll back to where the screen's in the kid's field of vision, then scan it.
Why is the screen so dark right now? I was gonna say, come on. Who's that?
His own Chumba shot him. Probably planned to all along.
Oh.
Must have got a nice slice of cred on the black market for a BD like this. BD freaks are ready.
So he fucked up his own partner.
Real flatline. Anyway, if you've seen enough, you can exit.
Fucked up his own teammate.
It's impressive, right? It's too bad most of the BDs we do here are only good for flogging the log.
So Braindance is a pretty big part of the
cool.
Cyberpunk universe. It's not just something used for adult films. There is an awful lot to it. And there's two sides I'd really like you guys to help me explore. First is the lore. So how this actually fits into the universe. And then there's the gameplay side. So how players will be interacting with it. So Patrick, could you tell us more about the lore of Braindance?
I would love to. So in the world of Cyberpunk 2077, Braindance was invented way back in the early 2000s at UC Santa Cruz. It was developed as a way of recording a person's experiences and then playing them back for someone else, so that they could relive them as
I
though it
can't
was
tell
happening
if their
to them.
background
It
is
was
green
originally
screened
used
or
for
not.
things
I
like
don't think it is, but
therapy
it
and
looks like it
prison
should be.
rehabilitation. But by 2077,
At least that
becoming this
table
global
looks
media
legit.
industry, including things like movies, mass
cool.
entertainment, things like that, video games, some interactive things, and of course, adult fare as well. Now, in our game, we deal a lot.
Could you
with
imagine this game in VR, dude?
XBDs, as we call them.
That'd be
And
cool as
there are
fuck.
different types of those, but the one that you saw in the trailer just there was a flatliner. Now, that's where the person recording it actually dies during the recording, and it's popular with sort of an illicit kind of a thrill, but a mercenary can also use them for various things, and you'll see that in the game, of course.
And from the gameplay perspective, we have been working a lot throughout last years trying to figure out
it probably
the
will
best
be,
way
man.
how to use the braindance in the game as a mechanics. So what we have settled on is this braindance editor mode. As a player, you will be able to run
It looks real good.
braindance in the editor mode and see different clues that have been registered.
I don't know though,
peripheral
dude. Something about it for me is like, I recognize it's gonna be a really good game.
timeline of the recording back and forth.
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like the actual Cyberpunk vibe. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know.
So as a player, you will
There's something about it that doesn't get me super excited, but I'm still like, I'm still excited. I'll probably get it at some point.
braindance as a mechanics in the game.
So
I'll probably
as
try
Paul
to
was
get it for
saying,
launch, but
we use Braindance as
like
a
I'm more
storytelling
excited
tool.
for
It's not a
games like
collectible. It's not something where you're gonna go
Avengers
in and you're gonna
or
play it and you're gonna be like, I've seen
you
this
know,
before. What we use
Ghost of
Braindance for
Tsushima.
is to give you a keyhole into the life of
Obviously
the residents of
Halo.
Night City, and we can explore things like childhood trauma, religion, various philosophical ideas in a way that you might not.
Whereas I
otherwise
feel like
experience
most
in a
people would be
story
like,
about
you're
a
fucking nuts for
mercenary
wanting
on
Avengers more than this.
So we've tried to talk about some of the aspects that we think the community will find really exciting, but you know, while you're both here, I'd love to know, what is it about Cyberpunk that you guys are really excited for? Patrick, why don't you start?
So
Yeah,
one of the
Patrick.
things that I'm most excited about in this game is the characters and the way they interact with the world. We've got this really interesting world that
Oh, that's
stretches all
cool.
the way back
I like
to
that.
Cyberpunk 2020 source material and all of these events and all of those things. But those don't mean anything unless they connect with characters. And so when we come up with a character, we start with their function. What is this person? What do they do in the story? But we don't stop there. We go back and we figure
Fight
out
Club.
what was their childhood like? What was their upbringing like? What kind of obstacles did they face in this harsh reality, and did they overcome them? And how did they overcome them, or did they not overcome them? And why?
I don't know if that's true,
And you
Michael.
can
I mean,
see all of
maybe
those things
maybe
in their
CD
environment,
Projekt Red
in
hasn't
dialogues,
recently,
in
but
sort of how they operate
I
in
feel
the
like the
world.
general
And we come
public
up with that for
of
all
like
of our
gaming
characters.
fans
Now,
are
you look
more
at someone
excited for
like
this.
Victor Vector, and you're going to see stories about his
And have
past
been forever.
in his environment and in his dialogue. You know, we come up with that stuff even if we don't.
Especially
use it
because it's
in
made by the
game,
same people as
because
The
it
Witcher
helps
3,
inform
which was
us
a
as to
massive
who these
success.
characters are.
And for me, I would not be myself if I would not say that I'm the most excited about our quests. Like with our Witcher 3 team, with Patrick and like everybody that has stayed
That
with
looks
us
really
since the
cool.
Witcher 3 time, we really have grown so much.
That looks really
We
cool.
have learned so much, and we have used all that experience to put them into the quests that we have made. And you will not find really a filler in this game. Like everything has a meaning. Like we put so much effort into making sure that everything is rewarding, is interesting, is talking about characters, as Patrick said, is talking about worlds, is talking about emotions, like touching the player in a really, like a real way. And I just...
It also probably has to do with the fact that you and I
Pavel, I know you mentioned
haven't
story
played The
and
Witcher 3
quests and
really.
writing quests, and
You know,
when I
like,
was last in
we
the
know
studio,
that people
I
love it,
had a
but
look
we
and
don't
I
have the same
saw a
love for it
notebook
as
on
others
your
do.
desk, and I would love for you to show everybody this notebook.
Okay, Holly, I mean, you asked for it. So this is my notebook. It says Salsa Quest Designer. The reason is because I dance salsa, and I'm a quest designer, so you know. So I started this notebook actually when we were really starting Cyberpunk. At the very beginning,
That's awesome.
I wrote like a first note, and it says pretty much something.
Michael, you
along
have
the
a
lines
true
of
emote and you don't even use it.
prototype. And then, you know, I kept on basically noting things
Unbelievable.
that we've been working on.
That's cool as
for,
shit.
like,
His
next
notebook
years.
he's got.
I remember once when our concept artists actually approached me and they said
Holy
that
fuck.
they want to take a look on my notebook. I was like, what for actually? And they took some pictures and they told me, yeah, well, you know, because we are looking for a reference material for notes of a psychopathic killer. Yeah, well, you may find maybe some of my notes.
There you go, Michael. There you go.
Pavel and Patrick, thank you so much for joining me. I'm pretty lucky because I have read some of the stories that you and the team have written for Braindance, and I'm pretty excited for people to discover them. But before we do finish today's episode, there is just one more thing we'd like to talk about. Earlier in this episode, I mentioned that media have been getting hands-on with the opening of Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited because I know Kind of Funny got hands on them.
Right about now.
I'm
If you
intrigued to
missed
hear what they
anything from
think.
today's episode, don't worry, we'll be uploading everything to our channels very soon. And finally, on behalf of everybody at CD Projekt Red, we just want to say thank you so much for joining us for this, the very first episode of Night City Wire. But don't worry, we'll be back with episode 2 in just a few weeks. So, we shall see you soon.
I'm ready. That's a pretty good event. I enjoyed that. It was fun. Came in quick, got out quick. Showed us a lot of cool stuff. November 19th, the new release date for the game. It's pretty cool. I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm definitely more excited than I was previously. Yeah, I'm still not going out right away to pre-order it like I have for Marvel's Avengers and other games, but I'm definitely still excited and interested to get this game, you know? It's gonna be cool. I'm very excited for it. When is the next event? The next Summer Game Fest event. Let's see here. Let me look at my notes real quick. The next Summer Game Fest event currently is the Ubisoft Forward event July 12th. However, we don't know when the Xbox event is going to be, so that could be before. We don't know yet. So, I'm very interested to see if Cyberpunk shows off more this summer. And yeah, thank you guys for watching this Cyberpunk event. It was a good time. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Subscribe here. Make sure you go to VIPGamingPodcast.com and listen to us talk about this event on the VIP Gaming Podcast. Twitch.tv/Devincer. Give me a follow there. Follow on YouTube. Do it all. Do it all, lovely, lovely people. Thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you guys next time.